3 sets of Palu yesterday. So
Oh,
that is
okay,
what
interesting.
I am expecting today as well.
Yeah. It's I'm kind of showing my my age a little bit because I do remember, and I could be wrong with this, but I remember Marcpq being a name during the Smash 4 days where he was a Diddy Kong player there. So obviously been around the scene for a bit longer. But you know who's been around even longer than that? Well, Leon, a ball player, who absolutely made waves all the way back then. He obviously, made a little bit of a. I don't think he played too much during Smash 4, but came back to Ultimate, and we've seen exactly just how strong he is and how strong of a player he is right now in this game one. Already taking that stage control, forcing Marcpq off stage. He's got to try and find a way back, but I don't think Leon's gonna let that happen.
No, for sure. And as you say, Leon recently especially has been on a real upwards momentum, in my opinion. At least had some great results recently and really starting to show it in this game. I had the joy of casting Leon yesterday, and I really love watching this Lucina play. It's such a fluid Lucina, so reactive, but also puts on so much pressure at all times. And like even just now in this first stock, it really feels like Marc hasn't had any opportunity to get in because Leon is always on top of him and does manage to take that stock with the up B. It's just, I love watching this player.
Yeah, I mean, just strong fundies Lucina is such a joy to watch. And like we even saw there as well, Aaron, that even when Marcpq was finally able to get back to the stage, I mean, we went for a whole ride on that right side. Then we went to the left side as well. But even then, for your troubles of getting back to the stage, you get upbeat and your stock is lost. And it's really not slowed down since. Leon has taken just full control once again, but finally seeing a little bit of momentum from Marcpq here, able to get some hits in, but it's not much. And of course, every time you challenge that shield, you are just going to get upbeat.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very impressive for how much control Leon manages to put onto his opponent in such a fundies matchup. It's just, he just seems to have the read, right? He seems to always know what you're going to do. He seems to always know what options you have and what his options are to get around those, or how he uses movement to just always be in your face. I think yesterday he was tracking movement really well, and he's still doing that today, and it's great to see.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's okay. No, able to make it back. Bite my words there. Marcpq hanging on by a thread. But yeah, as you're talking about, it really does feel like, Leon is just a shark in the water there. He is absolutely just all over the place. He is tracking your blood, to take your life away. But obviously, right now, Marcpq, he's got a bit of a challenge on his hands. Does find that back here, trying to finish off with the explosive flame there, get a stock going. But thankfully, that down tilt, even the neutral, it won't do it. But finally, explosive flame is going to take away that stock, and Marcpq gets one on the board. But you've still got a bit of a mountain to climb here.
Yeah, one on the board, but still one and a bit behind. It's not a fun place to be in when you're playing such a fundies matchup. When there's not really the cheese potential there from either of these characters to really steal that stock at early percents unless someone makes a real error off stage. And first, you've got to get that Lucina off stage, even if you want to force that error, and that hasn't been happening very often at all, Smar. So Leon does have Marc at ledge at the moment, but nice reversal from Marc, does manage to put the pressure the other way around. Now Leon in the corner, but those platforms coming in just at the right time to get him back to center stage. But Marc was ready for it and just sends Leon off the other side of the stage, Smar.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually seeing a bit of kind of upwards momentum right now for Marcpq. He's been able to get a lot of damage, but he's still in a tough position here. Triple digits with a Leon that is very much looking to just finish it all. We saw him, Leon, as well, kind of just slow down the momentum a lot, actually. Saw the lead that he has and is, quite happy just to sort of sit there, just, really focus on the ledge trapping, reading the movements, and of course, then at the end, get that up tilt, end the game in a nice, orderly fashion.
Yeah, very good showing from Leon. Looks like he's warmed up and ready to go in this top 64, looking to make as deep run as possible. And I'm very interested myself to see how far that run is going to be, because in the last 2 months, maybe 3 months, I would say, I've really noticed Leon just having those better results than I've seen him before. So I'm very excited to see what he can do at this tournament.
Yeah, I like to say, this is a play that you just never can count out. Obviously, me and Galaxy talked about right at the start, those top four of Gluto, Bloom, Ziski, Leon, Lugi even, but a little bit of a slip there. But the player I was going to talk about, but Leon is one of those players that you just cannot count out. He is so solidly within the top 10 of Europe that he can easily make that one all the way to the end, and we've seen it time and time again. But you can never count out anyone. Marcpq, a bit more of a rougher game one. But as we've seen before in many other sets across Smash Ultimate's history, Game 1 is really only the beginning. You can absolutely make that run to the end. You'll just have to see what changes Marcpq can actually make.
At the moment, it doesn't feel like any change that Mark's trying to make is working, as Leon just puts on all the pressure and takes that first stock, only with 26% on his name. And it's such a difficult situation when you just feel like you're getting outfunded by someone. What adjustments can you make apart from playing better, you know? Sometimes it's very difficult to understand the differences in the matchup when someone just seems to be on top of you, tracking your movement, knowing every button you're going to click before you press the button yourself. And Leon even just turning that ledge situation into an advantage for him. Just neutral get it, back throw, sends Marcpq back to ledge, and now the pressure is just on, and he's dead again, Smart.
You really just said it best earlier. Like, obviously, we saying about how Marcpq could potentially obviously learn from that game 1 about what to do, but the same logic does apply to Leon as well. He can absolutely understand the little kind of nitpicks in his own gameplay in that game 1 and be like, oh, okay, right, I did that wrong there, but in this game I can do this, I can change up that, and it really is, yeah. So Leon definitely showed that actually I can make the same changes, I can react to your own gameplay, and I mean this is looking like a free stock in the making right now. Leon, it's gonna happen. That forwarder takes out, and Marcpq is just absolutely gone from that game 2. Right, so here we go then. It's going to a game 3. Leon 2-0 up, and I mean looking absolutely unstoppable right now. Marcpq really gonna have to dig deep here to try and get back into this set.
He sure will. Leon is making him work very hard for what 10:27 on a Sunday morning. I don't think that's how hard he wanted to work at this time, but he's not really got the choice when he's playing against someone as explosive as Leon.
Yeah, thinking right now, I could have stayed in bed right now. Goddamn. I had a lion if I would have been tormented by this Lucina.
I just taken the run into losers, but anyway, the Lucina is still out, but it's not the Palutena. It's now the Sephiroth for Marcpq. So we'll have to see if this adjustment is what is needed to change the pace of this set and change the directory of Marcpq's morning.
The Sephiroth pick is an interesting one. I do like the idea of just when you're getting kind of beat that hard, because I feel like in those first 2 games there wasn't really a moment where I felt like Marcpq was kind of in the driver's seat. So having that change in this final game potentially, this game 3, going to that Sephiroth, I do like the idea. Just a bit of kind of shift in momentum, just kind of refreshing yourself, going right, okay, first 2 games were right off, let's go for something a little bit different here. And we're already seeing actually a bit of an even game here. These 2 are just trading back, and we can see those obviously that Marcpq, the entire game plan is to kind of just give himself a little bit more space with Sephiroth's huge sword, just able to kind of keep that distance between him and Leon.
And it's going a lot better so far. Like, Leon just hasn't been able to put that same amount of pressure on, it seems, with the percents being very even at the moment. But Mark is still at ledge at the moment. Leon putting a lot of pressure on, but manages to find a reversal with that nair. Those back airs not quite hitting, but Leon's back air, that one does land and does take the first stock. So even though it's a lot closer, it's still the momentum on Leon's side.
Yeah, and this is now the big moment here for Marcpq. We cannot let Leon just run away with this now. And I mean, it's already starting to happen. A lot of up airs connecting, 45% damage tacked on it pretty instantly. And Marcpq still not able to actually find that stock yet. Needs to do so pretty damn quickly if he wants to keep himself in this set. But you can see that wing is already out, and that's not what you want to happen. You need to save that wing for later parts of the game, especially in the stock too, because you do not want to be wasting it on that first stock. I mean, hell, you might not even get a chance to, and oh my goodness.
What a counter, what a just sequence of plays by Leon. It felt like that entire second stock, he didn't get hit at all. It was just a masterclass coming out, but he can't dodge that sword forever and does take a back air to the face to lose his first stock. But an entire clean stock lead at the moment for Leon, and his ledge game is just incredible to watch, Smart.
Yeah, and this really is like, now we're obviously in an interest position as well with because I mean that wing is out again, and unfortunately that's going to be it now for the rest of this game. That wing is going to be the only one that Marcpq gets. And that is not the position you particularly want to be in. You want to be saving that, especially when Leon's still got another stock to go. You got to be saving that just powerful tool for the second one. But Marcpq is just not going to get a chance to. And honestly, you can see Leon is navigating around it so well here as well. Go try and predict the roll in there, but Marcpq not having any of it. You can see he's just trying to space all of these moves, get a moment for Leon just to make a mistake and find his opening to strike back.
Yeah, Leon really making this character looks like a top tier, like it's week 1 of Smash Ultimate once again, with just how many moves and options he manages to put out. It feels like he's just found all the buttons that have no lag, but whenever anyone else plays Lucina, the lag just seems to be there. I don't know what Leon's magically managing to do with this character, but now has Mark on ledge and does manage to take it with just a nice F tilt on ledge. That's incredibly well played by Leon. And
yeah, I mean, the spacing was just impeccable. I mean, keeping himself on that just left side a little bit kind of retreated back is just the perfect way to play it, just so you could catch with that forward tilt on the up B there. And of course, Sephiroth does have problems with snapping to the ledge, and Leon's going to absolutely capitalize that. But, you know, we could talk about the game a little bit in a second, but it is, of course,